Hello, I'm Pablo Roll and welcome to Global Ski Mo YouTube channel. Today, we're here to answer a question from Asier, a subscriber. Someone how left a comment on a video saying, "Hey Pablo, for atomic backland, 65 ski, what length of climbing skin would you recommend? And how much of the sole is left without a climbing skin in centimeters?" Here we have the atomic backland. And here I have it with the skin that I use to compete and for training. I have them all cut to the same size. Which is basically the size. I got my first skins, then I cut them all to the same size. There's not much more to it. But well, let's discuss different options, what the competition rules talk about, and a bit about all the options we have. First, the skin itself. If we buy the atomic when it's brand new, it's longer. By the way, I recommend that to glue the skin. Don't just stick it on directly, give it a tiny tug. Not too much though. You don't want to overstretch it. Otherwise, we won't be able to remove it later. But you need to add a little stitch so the snow doesn't get in from above. If we don't pull on that, the snow could get in from above. As you can see, when you buy new skins, they go all the way to the end of the ski. All the way to the tip. I have to say, when I started, I used to leave the heights like this in case I was going to do a time trial and the snow was very hard or something, since my hands were technical. I had a couple of skins like this, and with all that. When it was going to be really cold or something like that, well, I used this skin and had no lack of grip. But, well, once you get the techniques down for competition, being able to remove them more easily and everything, we want to lose those few centimeters from the back that aren't so crucial for grip, since our weight when we step falls mainly on the center of the ski. That's also why this whole section with atomic skins, they have this plastic that allows us to slide better without losing grip. Answering your question about how many centimeters, they are left skinless. Here I have it. Let's see. This one is 29 centimeters without skin. This margin is 29 centimeters. I think in the other ski and the old one, in this ski is a centimeter longer. This one is 1.62 meters. And the new one is 1.61 meters. So in this ski, we'd be talking about 30 centimeters at the bottom. But here, a centimeter more or less isn't too big of a deal. And in the end, the skins, almost all, cutting it at the same time, thinking about making them a tad longer and then having the option to shorten them, right? Always better. It tends to be too long, but you can cut it to make it shorter. We might skid if we're not careful. And that's no longer fixable. So I just advise you that a bit you guys keep testing as well. And I'm telling you, with these measures, I'm doing fine. I can remove them in one go and I don't have any problems. Some people have skins cut a bit shorter for sprints, maybe leaving this area close to the heel pit. But well, in the end, in a sprint, if there's a section that's a bit icy or very steep, it needs grip. With the ski properly waxed, the skin comes off easily in one pull and it won't get stuck at the back. So I'm telling you that sacrificing a climbing skin just for sprint races, well, if someone can afford it, well, go ahead, but I don't think it's necessary. Well, as for what the rules say about climbing skins, how long they should be, the regulation states that 50% of the ski's sole surface must be covered with sealskin. So sometime when the judges do inspections and such, they do not count this entire section on the atomic skin. They start measuring from here. So if we're talking about a ski of, for 1.61 we have to cover it with the climbing skin. With the furry part we'll be talking about 80 centimeters. In this case, the top part is 35 and the bottom we said is 30. So we are talking about 65 centimeters without. So we have 95 centimeters of skin. We would still have the margin to cut 15 centimeters of the skin. That's basically what the regulation talks about. So since this question is about measurements, I guess you're going to cut the skin. Since I have these pieces, we still need to cut them. So let's cut them. And I'll give you some tips on how to make the cut so it doesn't come off. It's really simple stuff, but it's good to know. That's how the skin comes from the factory. And when I cut it, I don't remove the plastic or anything. If you have another type of skin, the work becomes easier. As what I do, having another skin, I'm opening it. And I take it as a reference, so I place both ends. And we see where it reaches. We see that it comes up to here. And now knowing where it goes up to, we have to cut all of this. So simply with some scissors, don't be afraid. At first it is scary, but it's very easy to cut. And we have to try to make it a bit rounded or even arrow shaped. I like to round it off simply so it can be short. Once we have it cut, we'll keep this one. You see the cut doesn't look symmetrical, right? We'll even it out a bit now and leave it like that, with a bit of a rounded shape. Much better this way. Why do we cut them like this? Well, it's simply because the tips can easily start peeling off. And it makes it start peeling off. Since it's rounded, there's no tip and it complicates things more. And well, apart from that, it's like an arrowhead in the direction of the movement, right? So the enjoyment is perfect. Like I said, you won't even notice it. Just don't make a straight cut because it might peel off from the corner. And that's it. Look how easy it is to cut a piece. And well, if you don't have a template, as I said, 30 centimeters, you can just use a 30 centimeter ruler. You trim it the same way, a bit rounded. Now we have the skin cut to the desired measurement, new, perfect, and several doubts arise, the first being if it's ready to compete. I've used quite a few of these skins and I recommend it because of the hair. One pass is enough to make the hair set quickly and slide well. But regarding the glue, I do recommend that you give it some prior use. Until you see that you can peel it off well with a tug, as right now the glue is very strong, and when you stick it, it's gonna be a bit difficult at first. So if you need to break it in a bit for the glue to work, like the ones I have now, that can be easily removed. And with a quick pull, they come off completely. My recommendation is that also in the first few days, that they take it with the plastic to mine, and when you put them on for the first time, keep them covered with the plastic so that the beginning is easier for you. So basically, that's it for today's video. I hope I solved your question, Asia, and for those of you who might have the same doubt. These are things that always we overthink it and aren't sure. So just keep this idea in mind, that you can cut the skin a bit longer and then, well, it keeps cutting more and we see we can push the grip further. And well, I need to prepare quite a few videos about climbing skins. Honestly, the word about how to wax them, how many skins we need per season once we're in competition, training several times in weeks, and how many skins to have exclusively for competition, how many for training, like I do warming up skins anyway. A world that we will gradually bring to life. As I said, for any questions, whether it's about skins or anything else, leave them in the comments and I can make a video like this one or respond to you, just as we see it, for those of you who always stay until the end of the video. A little tip, a little trick I do by applying to the skins. Well, I write my name always so that none of them get confused, and then I label them. For example, I call this one Race 2 because I use them for competition, the second pair. Also, I put here R2 in case any part wears off a bit. The point is that you should write on the skins to differentiate them, and well, which ones are you using more, which ones less, to have them under control, basically. And well, that's it for this video. Leave me those likes so I can see them, and we'll see each other in another video soon. Bye.